Hello, welcome back for another stream. Today I am playing a game called Car Mechanic Simulator. It's kind of more of a kind of a game where we can just kind of have a bit of a laugh. My glasses are a bit squid, and I'm adjusting them the wrong way. Still squid. Nothing I can do about it. Never mind. Camera's a bit closer to me, so that's just kind of how it's going to be. Wait. Yeah, that's maybe a bit better. That'll do, I suppose. Maybe it's my face. No. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to play Car Mechanic Simulator. This is a game where you just fix cars, pretty much. Now, let's go live to the live game screen. So yeah, basically a game where we fix cars. I'm going to just kind of have a little bit of background music running while we do this. Because the in-game music, I'm not sure if it's copyrighted or not, so I'd rather not take that chance. So yeah, well, this is Car Mechanic Simulator. We're in a wee garage. And in our wee garage we can have two cars. Actually, it says we can have 3 cars, but I tried taking in a third car. It doesn't want to have anything to do with it. So we got 2. We've got this car here. Have a look what's wrong with it. I bought this machine from a friend of mine who needed money quickly. He assured me the car was fine. But I feel it pulling to the right, and this strange smell, like mushrooms. From what I remember, he works behind a desk, not in sales. I'm not sure if that's some kind of joke or not, but anyway, check what's wrong with it and make it usable. Now, I have looked at this car before, but apparently I didn't save my game. Pretty much the suspension's buggered, and also the radiator's a bit buggered as well, I believe. There is a way you can check what's wrong with it. If you hold this, you can examine it, but you need to actually take it off in order to examine it. Some of the bits are a bit wrecked. That's okay. And that's okay. Okay, so it's not the radiator. I thought maybe there'd be something in the radiator that was causing a problem. But it wasn't. So we can pop these fans back in and we'll leave that alone. However, if I raise this car up, you're about to see what's wrong with it. So the boy says the car is pulling to the right. It's all well and good, but look at the state of that. So pretty much you can tell what bits are wrecked by... So if I look closer at that, you can tell which parts are wrecked by looking at them. The parts that are heavily rusted definitely need replaced. Also, it kind of tells you what the quality or the condition of the bits and pieces are, so you get a better idea. Now you can do this, which is like an examination mode. So if I look at a part, it'll come up in a different color depending on. So that, for example, we can scan that. That's damaged. Essentially, the entire. So look, that's damaged. That's damaged. Your shock absorber, you can't see it there, but it's damaged. That bit's not so bad. You've got the wheel hub, that's okay. The hub cap, not so much. And the bearing is okay. It's good enough for our purposes. There's a couple other bits we can look at here. So the sway bar here on the front is okay. It's going to last okay. The sway bar line there is okay. The link, should I say. On the other side, we're pretty much the same thing. Suspension there is buggered. It's a technical term for not working, essentially. Yeah, so the other tie rod on the other side is done. That steering section's done. The brake calipers, they're okay. You can look at them underneath. You can also look at the rubber bushings. The only way to check those would be to take them off or run them on like a test path, which I do have. It's like a kind of track that runs back and forward, but I don't think I need to use that. So there we go, the brake caliper on that side though is buggered, which will be why it's pulling to the right, but also the suspension's completely screwed. As you can come out of this mode and view things a bit better that way. Chances are that steering rack needs to go, and this whole suspension kind of cross member there needs to go. So pretty much what we need to do is start taking it apart. But also another thing you can do, so if I hold on to this, you need to take the things apart piece by piece. Kind of feels a bit like kind of a house flipper type thing or something like that. We can look and see what condition, sometimes it'll come up with what condition the thing's in. That brake disc, front brake disc there, to be honest, looks like it probably needs replaced. Yes, it does. We can also take a look at the... See, that's okay. And the brake pad, well, that's buggered as well. So we need an entirely new brake system on the front there. You can create like a parts list. So like, yeah, the brake discs need replaced. I need to take off the brake caliper first. So yeah, you have to take it off in a particular order, you know, you have to get it off the right way. So you have to take off the bits that are on top first. Makes perfect sense. Take that brake disc away. The front wheel hub looks okay, but I need to take off the hubcap first, which does not. For some reason it's showing me the oil pan, which is like way over there. Why is it not letting me take the hub off? Probably because I haven't taken off the... If I remember rightly, oh yeah, I have to take the bearing out and the stuff first. Take the bearing out, that should let me take the hub off. So yeah, we have to take all these bits off so we can get to the bits that desperately need fixed. So take that knuckle cover off. That's not so bad, but we can't take that off until we've taken off the tie rods and the sort of front suspension system there. So the tie rods need to come out. The lower suspension arm needs to come off as well. Essentially the entire suspension on this car needs replaced. I don't need to take that out. I think that's okay as well. But we might end up having to take it out anyway. We'll wait and see. The suspension cross member we can't take out until we've taken out the other side. This bit's okay. The steering rack knuckle's okay. The shock absorber, yeah, that looks alright. It doesn't look like it's too bad. But we might take it off anyway. I need to take that off in order to take the shock absorber off. So, yeah. We'll take it off anyway just to make sure it's okay. That takes that right out. There we go. Now, we need to go on the other side of the car. So yeah, pretty much I need to take that whole section off so that I can see what needs fixed. Pretty much. I mean, that's how it works, right? So on this side, there are some other bits that still need replaced, but let's take a quick look. Again, that wheel hubcap needs to go. The caliper, I didn't actually look at what the condition of these brakes are. The good news is when you take the thing off, so up in the top left hand corner, see that brake pad needs replaced. It'll tell you the condition of the part when you take it off. So like the hub bearing's 55, that's okay. The front wheel hub I can't take off yet until I've done what? Oh, have I not taken out the bearing? No, I'm taking the bearing out. Why can't I take... Oh, the brake disc was on, that's why. So pop the wheel hub out. And take that off. Now we're getting into the kind of meat and... I don't know. The meat of things there. That lower suspension arm is buggered. So we know that that needs to go. This should come out now. We can take out all these rubber bushings. That's at 3%, so that's definitely needing replaced. Take that one out. What we got? 11%, so that definitely needs replaced. These bits need to go. So your tie rods, they need to go. Because they're in pretty crappy condition. Just no use. That should let me check the steering rack now. And that's at 10%, so that needed to go. These bushings on this side need to go so that we can get that whole thing off. Right, so basically that whole suspension system on this car needs to go. Now I don't know how much this is going to end up costing the guy, I don't know how much his car is worth. But yeah, I mean that's at 15%, so that needs to go as well. Engine-wise, I don't see anything that stands out immediately. Let's have a look at the rear suspension. Let's see if there's anything there that needs changed out. Because it could be pulling underneath on both sides for all I know. So let's examine this. Now some parts you can't examine closely, that's okay. We can examine the drive shaft as well, just make sure that's working okay. Right, so I can't check the shock absorber, I can check these bits. Those U-bolts are okay. That's your leaf springs. Axle control arm is okay, and that's your leaf spring plate, which is okay. That bit's okay. We're going to need to go through every bit though, just to see. So the brake caliper's okay, and the brake pad. Oh no, the brake pad needs replaced. The hub's okay. You can get into some bits. So the rear drive axle. Is that the rear drive axle that needs replaced? Okay, fair enough. So is that the case on the other side too? Let's take a look at these. I can't examine the shock absorber right now, but that's fine. Just check these U-bolts as well, just in case. There we go, that's your axle control arm, they're all okay. I mean, they're yellow, so they're not perfect, but they're good enough. That housing's okay. What about the rear drive axle? That needs replaced. Brake caliper needs replaced. Brake pad needs replaced. So all that stuff needs to go. Now let's just take this apart, because I'm going to need to do that anyway to get it off. To get the other parts in. Yeah, what are you doing? Wait. Take the wheel off first. So the wheel I think's okay, I don't think there's anything we need to worry about with the wheels. But that brake disc needs to go, definitely. Pop that off. So it's kind of, I mean, there's kind of some problem solving involved. Some of them it tells you exactly what you need to replace. Yeah, that brake disc is useless. Take the rear drive axle off, because that needs to be replaced. I'm going to take that off. I don't think we needed to go any further than that, actually. So we'll move on to the other side. Grab that again, take apart all the bits we need. Now we can also check, because the game will show like the condition of the car. It'll show you. Let's see, how's that caliper looking? 55. It's okay. It's safe enough. Brake pad though, no use. The rear drive axle is a problem. We'll take that hub off as well, just to have a look at it. Right, so let's leave that there. So, now if I go to the car, and go to the car status, it'll give me a list of parts. So there are still, excuse me, 2 parts that we've not discovered that are not right. Is the smell of mushrooms something we need to worry about? I mean, possibly. Where would that be, I wonder? Let's bring the car down a minute. Let's have a look at the... Not right down. Good. Is there anything in here that needs replacing? That looks like it could be buggered. Starter. Let's examine some bits if we can. I can't examine that, okay. What we can do is take a look at the filters and stuff. In fact, that's a good point. How are the filters looking? See if we can find them all. So you've got your oil filter at the bottom there. Yeah, I can't really tell. I have to go underneath the car to look at that. And I can only examine it by taking it off the car. I don't think it'll be the oil filter. That's your fuel filter, which looks okay. Where's the other filter? And the air intake. Let's have a look at the air intake. Take that filter cover off. You have to take all these clips off to do that, but I'm just interested to see if the air filter has got any problems. Could be an air conditioning issue as well, maybe. Something's, some fungus is growing in his air conditioner. Don't know how he's managed that. But give him a call afterwards and tell him how things went. Can I examine that without taking it out? No, the air filter's okay. So it's not the air filter. Let's put the filter back together. Did I just give him a new air filter? I don't know if I should have given him a new one. Still, never mind. In fact, no, it was just the cover. He might not like me. He might think that I'm ripping him off for extra parts. He won't even notice. That's what I'm going to say anyway. He won't even notice. Right, so we need to find 2 more parts that need replaced. I'm not entirely sure what they are. I don't think the suspension issues were the cause of the smell of mushrooms. I'm wondering how the air conditioning unit is. We need to take the car off of this though in order to check that. Tell you what, let's get the bits we need. Let's get the bits we need. So we need 2, 3 brake pads, 4. We need all the brake pads. Do you know what? It might make more sense if we work our way back actually from what we've put in. Not examine mode. We need to work on our part mounting. So right, let's have a look for the suspension cross member B. That's the first thing. Front suspension cross member B. So yeah, we go in our wee computer here eventually. Go to our wee computer here and look for the parts. I can do a search. Saves a lot of bother. Just search for it. And if I just go for cross member. Suspension cross member B, that's what we want. Buy one of them, because he needs a new one of them. I'm just going to pop the car up a little higher so it's easier to deal with. Right, so first things first, pop the new one on. Pop the new one on. Was that it? Yeah, because you just lift that out. So the next thing are, we need 4 of these rubber bushings. Tell you what I will do as well, you can sell off, you can repair the parts, but I'm not at the stage where I can do that, so where's that cross member? I can just sell that now. In fact, I can organise these by condition so we can see exactly what we're needing. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, sell that. $36. $36 bucks. Right, rubber bushings. That's what we need next. Just search for rubber. Nice and easy to do. Just regular, I think it said. And 4 of them. Pop them under the car. Go up here so that I can see where they go. Right, stick these in here. Oh, wait. Oh, some of them actually aren't in that bad a condition, but we'll stick in new ones anyway. Because, you know, tired, dry, hard old rubber bushes are going to be pretty bad, I would think. A bit more brittle than the new ones, maybe. Pop that one in. Right, there we go. So that's that. We need a new steering rack. So that'll be the next thing we get. But first, let's sell off those bushings. Because we don't need them anymore. Apparently I've got some that are in slightly better condition. Just sell all the rubber bushings we've got. Although, were there some at the back? These are at 55. I'm going to sell them anyway. Just because I don't really think we need them. Right, that's that done. Now I need a... Oh crap, what did I say? Steering rack. I have got some parts, but I don't think any of them are any use for that. Oh, there is a steering rack. No, that's the one we took off. Is there any? Are there any steering racks? That's a camshaft. No steering rack there, so we'll do something else. Buy one. I can just search for a rack. You could go through the whole catalogue if you wanted, but that's 800 for one of them. So stick a new one of them under the cart. So, because I can't put the other bits on until that steering rack's on, so... There we go. New steering rack. Now we want... we need 2 inner tie rods and the connectors. If I just type tie, that should work. Tie. So yeah, just fixing cars. How are you doing anyway? Right, so we need 2 of them and 2 of them. Pop them on the car. I know that there's other ways that we could buy all the parts and kind of work our way into it that way, but I find it a bit easier to remember what I need to put in this way. Maybe it's not the best way, but now we can put in the outer tie rod. There we go, that's one side. I need to just pop over here so that I can dive over that side. Another inner tie rod there, and another outer tie rod there. Okay. That looks good. Oh, do you know what? Remember, we need to put back the... put back the shock absorber. Stick that back in now just to get it back. So we don't have to worry about that. Imagine if we forgot to put that in. Bloody hell. Right, so now we need 2 lower suspension arms. That was the next bits. Oh. So 2 lower suspension arms. Here we go. So this one's a bit more involved. There are different cars you can get. You can get ones that are kind of story based. Well, that really doesn't help me actually. Lower suspension arm. So just 2 of them we need. I think it is. $300 for the 2 parts there. We can also look and see how much we've spent on parts so far, although I'd have thought we needed a left and right one of those surely. Because they would be slightly different shapes. Oh yeah, that's what it was, we needed bushings for those. I need, how many bushings do I need for those? Is it 2 or... I need more bushings. I think it's 2? I think it's 2, so we can get... Just put bush. Just put bush. Careful how you say that. I think I only need 2. I guess we're about to find out. If I need 2 for each, I'll know pretty much immediately. Right, so put the parts on. I want this lower suspension arm. Yeah, we need 2. Okay. So I'm going to need to buy another 2 of those. Okay, well that's that part attached. We need to buy another lower, I'm going the wrong way. To remember where everything is in my garage. I need 2 more of those. There we go. Now so let's get those popped in on this side. What the hell? Doing all the way out there? Right, that's better. So now we can pop the other one just there. I know the views are a bit... Yes. There we go. So that's your... basically your entire suspension there replaced, I think. So, right, we can get rid of those suspension arms. I will work out where I'm going eventually. Right, so get rid of those suspension arms. Because I've fitted those now. Right, we got the tie rods as well, I can sell those. Yep, inner tie rod there, outer tie rod there. This kind of tells me what I need anyway. We need 4 brake pads, but we're not at that stage yet. We did the steering rack, so that can go. Right. The wheel hubs and stuff are okay. What have we got that's not in good condition? It should be organised by condition, so the tyres are all okay. So at this stage, basically what I need is 4 brake pads, 2 calipers. Let's take 4 brake pads and 2 calipers, because that's easy. So brake pads, 4 of them. I need 2 calipers. Oh, do I need cylinders for them? Let's buy 2 brake caliper cylinders as well. Just having a little bit of music in the background's nice, you know, nice and relaxing. Right, so we got those. So what I'm gonna do, get rid of the ones that were no use. So we'll get rid of the brake pads and the brake calipers that were no good, and brake pads. Right, so we're almost at the stage. I didn't really need to buy new cylinders. What else do I need? 2 wheel hubcaps. Okay. So 2 wheel hubcaps. Just again, search for the easiest word to type in. 2 of them. What else did I need? So I'm going to sell the ones that I've replaced. I need 2 solid rear drive axles and a ventilated brake disc. Okay. Oops, I've just come out of that. Didn't mean to. What did I say? Solid. Yeah. Typing is difficult. Not really. And 2 of them. It's another, what? $290. What else did I need? Disc, ventilated disc. Ventilated. Yeah, one of them. Right, so that is all the bits that we need that I've got listed there. Now the only thing is I need to work out what the other 2 parts are that are not right. But that should allow me to reassemble everything underneath the car. So let's get started on that. That should allow me to do that. I need to kind of get over there so I can see. There we go, right. I don't think this bit needed replaced. I think we're okay with that. Yeah, that's fine. Wheel hub, they were okay. Screw them back in. I mean, they were, you know, good enough. Stick that ventilated brake disc on, that looks good. Oh, did I get all the... Need a bearing in there. And the hubcap. Much better. Pop some brake pads on. Brand new. couple of brake calipers and cylinders. Yes. Just get some new calipers and new cylinders there. That should be there. What else do I have? I need to pop that back on, don't I? What's stopping me? There we go. Now I can get the tyre on. The wheel on. So that one's fine. Right, there we go. So that's that side done, pretty much. Get this side done now. So let's see what we got. What needs mounted? It's quite easy to work out, really, because obviously it's got like a little kind of ghostly kind of thing around it. Obviously that's not the case when you're fixing cars for real, but you know. Yeah, so the wheel hub was okay. I'm going to put in the bearing and the hub cap. Now we can put on a ventilated brake disc, just pop that on. That one was in okay condition, so we're okay with that. New brake pad. Give that the new caliper and cylinder. There we go, that looks good. The front of the car is coming together nicely. Right, so the front suspension is fixed. Now the rear parts, the only thing really was the axle rod, wasn't it? Oh, what's that? No, that's just the bodywork. So the front is okay. Just check, you can look at it there. So all of those parts are replaced. We need the ventilated brake disc. Okay, so let's pop this bit, let's pop these bits back together now. Alright. I'm just trying to see, is that? Yeah. So pop that hub back on. That's okay. New rear drive axle. Should help things up greatly. Should keep it all together, I think, that's the main thing. Well, that didn't need a new brake disc, although, come on. The state of that, it's not going to last much longer, is it? Needs new brake pads, though. You know, I mean, really, if you were really fixing a car, I would assume you'd probably replace the whole lot, right? Because otherwise you'll get, like, uneven wear, and it'll just not be a good idea, you know? One side, I think. I need to actually just stick with it just now. Alright, that is all okay. Oh, I'll tell you what could be wrong. These rubber bushings might need replaced. If we're lucky, that's all it is. That would be good. No. Can I go on look at that, and then that should let me look at this. There we go. I'm wondering if there might be some bushings that need replaced. I doubt that's going to be it, surely. Do I need to do that? If I'm going to do that, do I need to do it now? That's the only question. Because I can't look at those parts. Yeah, hold on. I don't think I can look at those parts. The thing is, I don't know that that really helps. I can't look at these. Yeah, I have to actually take the whole thing apart in order to... Let's see, can I take that part apart? Wait, so I need to take the bushing out. Okay, so can I just take the bushing out and then put it back in if it's okay? There we go, that needs replaced. I wonder if the one on the other side does. That could be the parts that we needed to replace on the sides. Did I take the... Which side did I take that out of? That side. That could be all it is. And if it is, then that's an easy solution, right? Oh, right. Come on, take that away. It's there, if I can get to it. How's that one look? Yeah, there we go. We needed 2 new rubber bushings. So that should be all the parts now sorted out. Let's go get 2 more of them. Fix them and then just fix the other stuff and then we should be done. So search again for another bushing. Just bush works. And we'll grab 2 of those. And that should fix the car. The bad news for him is going to be how much this costs to fix, I think. Right, so now we know that we can put a bushing back in there, mount the parts, and that should fix the car. The camera, moving the camera around is a bit awkward at times, but it's alright, you know, it's not too bad. Screw that in. There we go. Now, what else do I need to put on this car? It's just the back. It's just basically everything on the other side, isn't it? Let's pop round there. It's pretty much just everything that came off here. I know those brake discs look like absolute crap, but let's not worry about it. I think I should probably replace them all, to be honest, but what have I missed here? Is there something I've not put on? I've got some extra bits that I didn't expect to have. Oh, that's because I replaced bits that didn't really need replaced. Right. Is that finished? Let's see. No, look, the brake one. What? I did replace. So I need to replace a brake disc and a brake caliper. And that's all. Okay, well, we'll grab another disc and caliper then. Have I... Wait. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. No, I didn't put on a... No, okay. Apparently I needed 2 more. Okay, well, that's fine. So... What's that? Brake disc and a caliper. It's easy enough to fix, right? It was a ventilated one, I think. And a caliper. Cal for short. And I'm just going to replace a cylinder as well, just in case. Right, so now we need to work out which one it is that needs replaced. If I take just the rim off, that should show me what needs replacing, hopefully. Because the caliper and disc at least are just there, so... well, those ones appear to be fine. Brake pad's fine. Caliper's fine. Okay, wait, it was the brake disc, wasn't it? That one looks okay. Don't see a problem with that one, so mount that back on. So it's not that side. Did I replace one of the brake discs with the wrong kind, I wonder? Let's find out. Let's pop this wheel off. See if it's this one. I'm pretty sure the ventilated ones are at the back normally, aren't they? That's a brand new brake disc. There's no way it's that one. These are all new bits, so it's not that one. Must be one of the back wheels. Okay. Let's have a look at the back wheels. Excuse me. Take that wheel off, please, so I can see what's underneath. Hopefully it's this one. That'll save me a lot of bother. No, don't mount the part. Right, let's see. Nah, it doesn't... Let's just check in case maybe it's got buggered since I fixed it before. No, apparently these ones are okay. So would it be a case of judging which one is wrecked? I don't know. Let's pop the wheel back on and we'll check the last one. Maybe it's the last one if we're lucky. If we're lucky. So there is a little bit of problem solving involved as well, you know. Some of them it tells you exactly what needs replaced and that's easy. Others, well, not so much. That brake disc does look wrecked. But it says it's fine. Pad's fine. Caliper's fine. What's the problem here? Pad's fine. Brake disc's at 55, but so are a lot of other bits that are apparently fine. Put the wheel back. So on one of these... Right, and those were regular brake discs. I wonder if it wants me to replace... No, look. Take that off. I wonder if it wants me to replace... I mean, that one's not in great condition. I can't really work out. That's a new caliper. And there's a new brake disc on the other side, so unless it wants me to replace that brake disc, although that brake disc's at 80%. Is there a glitch here? What's going on? I feel like I'm just going to finish the job for him. And leave it at that, to be honest. Because as far as I can see, everything looks fine. As far as I can see, they all look okay to me. So I'm just going to lower it and get out of the shop. Because it looks fine. I don't really see... I've replaced all of those parts. He's only going to give me the bloody money I spent. Because I can't, because of those two parts that don't need replaced. Why bother? Joe, I'll just finish the order, I don't care. Apparently I can't. I can't finish the order. Okay, so I have to fix the parts. So there's a brake caliper and a ventilated brake disc that need replaced. It could be because they're unbalanced, in which case let's just take that tyre off. Maybe we'll just do it and see what happens. Right, so that, I mean, that brake disc's not in great condition, let's be honest. That is a new caliper, so there's no reason for that one to be replaced. Brake pad's a new brake pad, obviously, because... So let's take off that ventilated brake disc. Put on a new one. There you go, there's a new brake disc. There's a new thing, and there's a new caliper. Yep, that's fine. Drop that back on. Now let's see if doing that fixed the issue. If that solved the kind of problem that we had there where it didn't want to accept the repair. Let me see. Well, that looks like that was what it was. So maybe the brake caliper on the other side needs replaced. Because I can't... No, we didn't replace all of them. We only replaced two. But that one's brand new as well. So it must be one of the back ones. Okay, one of the back brake calipers must need replaced. It could be, again, because we replaced... No, we only replaced two of them, so... Those are all brand new. So there's no reason for me to replace those. So, like... That one is... Yeah, okay. Well, what if the other one's like that? Just put a brand new one on there. Maybe that's all it is. But then, if I replace that one, am I not going to have to replace the other one? Let's see. Is that it? Absolute bastard. It's the other one. Do you know what? I'm just going to buy... I'm just going to replace all of them. I should have just replaced all of them in the first place. There we go. Brake caliper and caliper cylinder. So just replace the other back one. It can't be the front ones because they were the two that I replaced already. I guess it does take into account that you really need to make sure the brakes are balanced. I'm surprised it doesn't want that brake pad replaced, that brake disc replaced, to be honest. But let's not worry about that. If this is what it wants, then we'll just do it, get it over with, and hopefully this allows us to get the car out of the shop. Pop the wheels back on. Alright, let's see. Is that fixed now, mate? Ah, it is. So it's as well doing it, because look, he does pay us. So just give him a wee phone. Alright, mate, just to let you know, basically just had to replace your entire suspension system and all your brakes. So, yeah. It's about £5 you got to pay me now, alright? Aye, fair enough. And there's my £5 at least. You know, when you think I spent 2,000 on parts, I'm now at like almost 10,000, so I can't remember what I started at. So this car here needs some running gear control. So we've got drive shaft, suspension arms, bushings. This one actually gives me an exhaustive list of parts. So at least we can buy up all those parts. We can buy up all those parts at least. Just track these parts. The only thing is, obviously, if he says, oh, one of the brakes is wrecked, we're going to have to... Right, so that is the suspension. But there's also a secondary range of stuff where it wants the sway bar replaced and tie rods. So pretty much the entire suspension system again needs replaced in this car. So let's pop it on the old lifter. And let's take in another car ready for after we've finished with that one, although that might take a while. So again, we've got either story ones, car doesn't start, this could be a starter issue. Oh here, there's a Lotus Esprit coming in. I don't even know if I'd be able to afford the parts for one of those though. Have a look. Oh, I've got to take it, I don't get a choice. Look at this. Should be all yellow, what are you doing? No, okay, so the parts that it needs aren't... I mean, the car's hard to control. It's a Lotus Esprit, mate. I don't know what you expect. It's a wee Lotus, though, look. Very nice. Get that fixed at some point. Right, so... Pop this up. We know what we're taking out. We're basically taking out the entire suspension. Okay. Alright, so it's tracking the parts by kind of marking them off, I see. The brakes seem to be, I mean, that's not great, but the brakes apparently aren't a problem, so... Start taking it apart back to the suspension parts. How bad is that? Not 64, okay, that's alright. Oh, we need to take out the drive axle. Was that one of the parts that needed replaced? No, that's okay. Bearings okay, the wheel hub's okay. Basically I need to take apart the entire wheel assembly here though, so I may as well. Well that bit doesn't look like it needs done, but that suspension arm definitely needs to go. Can't take that out. Oh, I need to lift the car. I need to lift it all the way so we can get all of those bits out. Right, so as you can see, it's marking all the bits that we do need to replace in blue. It makes it a bit easier because then we know exactly what we need to take off. Much better. That's that. This front sway bar needs to go, but we need to take out the end link there. That needs to go. I'll need to take the link out on the other end, won't I? We need to take the steering rack off. To do that, we'll need to take out the tie rods. Get that off. Alright, so that's that side. The suspension itself looks okay, I think. Let's pop round to the other side. Get all these parts off. This isn't the best view to be taking off a tyre, admittedly, from inside the tyre. But hey, it'll do. My brake caliper off as well, just to fix that wee problem. Mainly so that I can get in and get the other bits off. It looks like at least the suspension, like the main sort of crossbar there for the suspension is okay. So at least there's that. Okay, can't take that off because I need, I need the bearing out. Grab that bearing out and let's get the wheel hub off. Like magic. Well, not really like magic, but you know. Take that bit off there, right. So these need to go. That one is not great. Okay. Do you know, I can probably go further and just sell all these parts straight away because I don't think sway bar, but I need to take out the link first. Can't get it going without taking that out. The sway bar, I mean that sway bar looks absolutely buggered. So I'm not going to mess around, that needs to come out. Drive shaft, front drive shaft wrecked. Steering rack needs to go. I think we've taken out everything under there that needed to be replaced, but the back needs a lot of stuff taken out as well. And what I'm going to do actually as well is I'm going to just check something. I don't need that on there. Can I? Yeah, okay. Right. I'm going to take the suspension apart again. Looks like most of that's gone as well. Now this is basically an entire suspension rebuild. Pretty much. Take those brake pads out. So at least we don't have to buy brake parts, but take the wheel hub cap off and the bearing out. It's a lot of just taking out wee bits until you get to what you need. So yeah, we're just doing, these are just kind of suspension bits. We'll have a look at something with engine problems maybe in a minute. I don't think I can take that out. Well, first of all I need to take the bushing off. Suspension arm will come off now. Good. That shock absorber is totally screwed. What else do we have? That's not any good. The upper arm for that rear suspension is ruined. This bit here needs to come out, your actual rear spring. I need to take off the shock absorber cap first. What else do I need to take out to do that? Take the spring cap, I need to take the spring off. Spring's okay. Now I can take that suspension arm out. Move to the next bit. And that needs to come out so that I can get the other bits out. If you could just let me take them off, please. There we go. So it outlines in blue. I can't take that off because I need to take off bits of the other side, I guess. Okay, let's pop back over to the other side. Obviously you have to take the wheel off before you can do any work to the suspension, so we'll get that off. As I say, I'm not sure that the music that's in the game is something I can stream, so stick with Pretzel for now. Why can't I get that out? Oh, bearing. Not the exhaust. I don't need to take the bloody exhaust out. Jesus. What's happened here? Okay. What I do need to do is take the bearing out of the wheel. Thank you. So now that'll come out without any problems. Okay, does this come out now? Oh no, still have to take that bit off. Okay. Now that'll come off. And I think... well, I can see a bit that needs replaced. One of those bushings needs replaced. There we go. And apparently that one's okay. Right, so I think I've removed all the bits I need to replace. So what we'll do is we'll just sell off all the bits that we don't need. And we'll work from the list of what's on the car. It's fine, okay. So if I just do that, what I need to know is, can I... Let's just finish the order now. No. Right. So it looks like I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rubber bushings and 1 small rubber bushing. 2 small rubber bushings. Okay. So 5 regular, 2 small. 5 regular, 2 small. Get that down. 5. 2 of them. That's a good start. Right. I need... How many front drive shaft? Obviously I only need 1 front drive shaft, there aren't 2. And a front sway bar, let's do those. So it's a pretty easy search for that, to be honest, just search for shaft. Shaft! You know, but it's not a camshaft, it's a drive shaft that I need. Front drive shaft, sorry. And a wee sway bar. There's a front sway bar, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was. We'll have a quick look and just double check that. But I'm pretty sure that was a part we need to replace. Yeah, front sway bar. Right, so we've got... How many inner and outer tie rods do I have? There's other parts under there as well, but we'll deal with that in a minute. 1 inner. Is that 2 inner and 1 outer? That doesn't hurt, they're not expensive, so... 2 inner tie rods and 1 outer. It doesn't hurt to do that, does it? Those parts aren't particularly expensive anyway, so I don't mind buying some more of them if necessary. Lower suspension arm. In fact, you know what I can do is I could take off the ones that I know I have. Wait. No, front drive shaft is there. Take off the bushings. Because if I take that off, then that way it'll show me exactly what I need rather than messing around with anything else. Right, that all seems fine. Let's check the other list. Alright, so it was just 1 inner tie rod we needed. It doesn't hurt. Right, so let's go back to that main list. So I need a lower suspension arm. Just 1. Looks like just 1 lower suspension arm. And 1 drive axle. Okay. Lower. Sus. It was in really bad condition, so it was pretty sus, as it turns out. What else did I need? Drive axle. Which one was it? I think it was A, was it? C. Front drive axle C. So it should keep that search up on the screen. Yeah, there we go. C. C it is. C for yourself. Okay. So back to that. I know it's probably not the most efficient way to deal with the parts list, but it's fine for me. So what did I take? I took that. No, I did not. Bloody hell. I don't get any money at all for that. I can take that off. I can take that off. I need a steering rack. Oh god. We need a steering rack and a rear suspension. Okay. Steering. Oops. Surely that'd be enough. Yeah, that's enough to get the steering rack out of the way. And there's rear suspension. I should write this down. It'd be a lot easier if I just wrote it down. Really. There's a rear suspension. Was it a B or an A? This is why I shouldn't. Oh. That's your steering rack, we got that, I can take it off. Rear suspension arm A. Okay. I should have looked at what the next part was. Never mind. That's the one we need. This is going to end up being a pretty costly repair as well, I would think. Okay. But if this is what he wants, this is what he'll get. So I need a spring cap. Do you know what? I've got a pen and a bit of paper here. I might write this down just to save me going back and forth. Make things a bit more efficient, or something like that. That's what they say anyway. So spring cap. Mind you, I'm going to go through a lot of paper if I'm fixing more than one car, aren't I? Rear sus upper. No letter, so that's fine. Rear shock A. Did I do a rear sway bar? No, I didn't. Okay, no, that's fine. Rear shock A. So it's 2 rear suspension arms. Okay. Oh wait. No, rear suspension upper arm. And a rear suspension arm. So what I will do, and a rear sway bar. Rear sway A. Oh, I've reached someone's voicemail box apparently. That's alright. So what did... The trouble is I don't know which parts... Did I took all those off, didn't I? No, I didn't. If I take those off now, because I've obviously got them written down. Okay, so I also need a sway bar rear end link. Just one? Yeah. Link. And a sway bar front A. And an outer tie rod. No, I did that, didn't I? No, I don't know. The outer tie rod was extra. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did that. There's only one listed there. Okay, so I've got all the parts written down now, which saved me a lot of bother of running back and forward. So let's get searching for them on the old computer. In fact, rear suspension upper. There, one of them. That's a rear suspension upper arm. Rear suspension, just a regular rear suspension arm.
Please leave your name, number, and a message after the tone.
Is it? Well, we'll get it. Rear suspension arm. Any other suspension parts? I mean, apart from the shock absorber. Rear air suspension. It's not a rear. Is it a rear air suspension shock? You know, rear shock A it says, so. No, it's not. That's not it. Let's look for rear shock. That should be enough. Rear shock absorber A. There we go. Spring cap. That should be enough to find it. Yeah, one spring cap, thanks. Sway. If I just put sway, that should find all of the parts I need. How sway? Okay, so I need rear sway A. That's the one. I need a sway rear end link. And I need a sway bar front A. Did I not buy that already? I bought that already, didn't I? Front. It's going to be a new part. Oh, do you know what? I think I might have bought the wrong one. We'll keep that just now and we'll find out. Just in case. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but I think it is a front. Wait, what? There is only. What? I've written front sway bar A. That doesn't make sense. Because there isn't a front sway bar A. There is a B. Where? There is front sway bar. Sway bar front end link A. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I should have really. There we go. Okay. Now I can fix the car. I think. Let's start on the rear suspension. Alright, let's get going. Let's get started. Pop that on, put a bush in, another bush in, and I do want to install that, yes. Alright, that's one. Now we'll do the rear A. There we go. I need to pop the spring cap on. And the spring I think's okay. Yeah, it's good enough. Shock absorber cap. I don't think we had to replace that bit. Obviously we had to take it off to do the other stuff, so that rubber bush in. Did I need to replace those ones? And I don't know if I had to replace that one or not. Well, it doesn't really matter as long as the parts that I have got are in working order. It should be fine, I think. As long as I haven't replaced the wrong bit or something. Stick that old shock absorber on. That's a new shock absorber, but you know. Also got that rear suspension arm that needs to go in place. There we go. The hubs were okay, we didn't need to worry too much about them. Screw that on. And that looks good to me. Fantastic. Bearing in. And hub. Brake disc on. The brake discs aren't in perfect working order, but they're working. They're good enough for his purposes, apparently. So if we put the whole assembly back on, we'll know that that whole bit is... Why can't I get the wheel on? What have I missed? Oh wait, the bloody sway bar. You can't put the wheel on if you haven't done that, look. That should let me put the wheel on now. I forgot a bit. Right, that's one. Can I not be looking at it from inside the tyre? Because that's weird. Don't want to be inside the tyres at all. Right, there we go. So that's that side. Wait, is that the back? Yeah. That's that side done. Let's pop over to this side. I could really do with seeing a lot closer here. I don't think there was much that actually needed replaced on this side, was there? Was it not all on the other side, pretty much? I feel bad about putting in a shock absorber that's not in great condition, to be honest. But that's what they asked for, so... So that's okay. So now I can just pop all of this back together. That should be alright. I hope. I was hoping this would be sort of the kind of game I could sit and kind of chat to people on, but I'm not sure. Can't do that when you're on your own though, can you? All you can do is talk nonsense to yourself. Which I seem to be out. I must have missed a bit. Because it's not letting me put the tyre on. What have I missed? What exactly have I missed putting back on? Put the caliper on, I've put the... yeah. There must be something on this side I've missed, but I can't see what it is. Is there another one of those bushings replaced? No. Has to be a bit that's here, right? I mean... what am I missing? Wait, what? What? Wait. I haven't missed the bloody hubcap, isn't it? Yeah, stupid. Okay. So that should fix this the back. Okay, now to the front. There was quite a lot that needed replaced here, if I remember rightly. Alright, here we go. So let's do all the bits underneath before we do any bits that go to the front. Front sway bar. Front end link. There we go. That is the drive shaft, which I think we had to replace, yeah. And there's your steering rack, which we also had to replace. That lets us get the tie rods done. And there. Easily enough. Right, I think that this bit's probably done. Just do that, that kind of zooms me out from what I was looking at there. Pop the wheel hub on. You know, the only problem having this music on is it fills up the bloody chat, so I can't see if anyone's saying anything. And if I hide it, I can't do it. So. Pop that ventilated brake disc on. Now I'm too far out. Can we zoom back out a bit? There we go. Pop that back on. Now we'll know if we've done anything wrong, because, well, we do know we've done something wrong because we haven't put the bearing back in. Nor have we put the wheel hub back in, the drive axle. But now we have. Pop that on. And there we go. That's that turned out. This song sounds like someone's making their dinner. You can hear him, he's making his dinner in the background or washing the dishes or something. Alright, stick them on. There we go. Fair play. Okay, there's your inner tie rod. There's your outer tie rod. Up top we need the other sway link. Back in. There we go. Can you just show me this bit? Thank you. We knuckle cover there. Pop it back on, no problem at all. I wanted to try this as something different, you know, just as something that was a bit more relaxed. It kind of is, so can't hurt. Right, I think that's good, and then pop that on. Hopefully that's it once I've put this back together. Okay, let's have a look. I've missed out some bushings from somewhere. Oh, hold on. Did I not take one out of this? No. Well, where the hell did that... How am I ever going to find out which one it is? That one's fine. What have I missed? I knew there was going to be something I would miss. Show me. Where am I missing? Ah, look, there's... Ah, yes, I remember now. There was one there. Was there one on the other side? No, I didn't have to replace the one on the other side. Where did the small one come from? I shouldn't have rushed to take it all apart. What would the small one be in? Probably the... Oh, wait. Must be some bushings I've missed from somewhere. But where? There should be none on there. It's not in the shock absorber cap, obviously. Thank you very much for the follow. So where the bloody hell is that last bit? Wait a minute. Can that be taken off? Ah, that's what it is. Probably the one on the other side of there then. Take a look. Must be the one on the other side. Yeah, there's one in there. No, looks like they're all there, unless that needed replaced. Wait, I have to take apart the whole thing. Yeah, so that's not. They're all right. They're in good enough condition, I think. So I don't see what the problem there is, unless. Just don't know. Wait, I needed two, so what about on the other side? What about that one? Just pop that out for a minute. Ah, there we go, look, that one's at 10%. That's what it is. That's what it is. I think I actually had a fresh one there that I used on the wrong thing. I think that's the problem. Right. I think that's the issue. There. That should do it. And hopefully that then means the car is done. Which side did I take that off? This side. stick the new one on, and hopefully this time there will be no problems. Yes. I'm still using worn ones with ones that are in one, you know, that are okay. I don't think that's a great idea. I feel like you should replace all of them if you're going to do that. Otherwise you just got brittle rubber in there, haven't you? Fucking another one? Looks like there's only... yeah, so there's one more regular rubber bushing that I've missed somewhere. What the hell? Wait. No, that's got one. I didn't take anything out of the front suspension as far as I was aware. They all look about the same. Well, that one doesn't look very good. Let's just see. Is that one okay? 59%. Let's put the one at 60. I don't think it makes any difference. I don't think it was that one anyway. That one has its bushings. Oh, I wonder. Let's just have a look. Can I take that suspension arm off? If I come out of the unmount option, maybe. That's kind of annoying. Because now I just have to take it off and see if all the bits in it are okay. They're all 100%. So none of them are wrong. Where else would the bushings be? They'd be there, they'd be in the cross beam, cross member should I say. They're not in there. They're not anywhere in the wheel area. Check the other side. Check the other one of these and just see if that's all in good condition. Oh, why does it do that? That's because I had to remount the power, of course. So we'll take this one off. We'll see if this one's all in working order. This should be fine. Good enough, unless it wants me to... no, it would want me to replace the whole thing if it was wanting them balanced out, right? So it's not that one. Must be something at the back then. Let's see, what have we got? No, not the bloody exhaust. Something that has a bushing in it that I've not replaced. What about that one? 67. Could be a part that I never took off. I just missed it. So let's try the other side of that. Can you just pop on it and show me it? That doesn't look in great condition, to be fair. Why is it telling me to mount the part? Oh yeah, because I need to change to unmount, of course. Bang, there it is. That's the one we missed. Do you know what? I think I've got one that's in good enough condition to replace it there. Yeah, that's good enough. Right, that should be okay now. Let's make sure all those bits have been replaced, and I know that the other ones have as well, but we'll just double check it. Yeah, there we go. So, spent about £3 on parts. We're looking at 6.5. Basically doubling it by the labour. It's actually the bonus for the task and the job bonus. It's not the labour. You pull them up and go, yeah, I need another couple of grand, you know, because it took a lot of work holding a button down. Let's finish it off. Here we go. We're at 14 grand, which is a nice little level to be at. Let's just see if we can level up at all. I've got one skill point left. I'll take these two just to try and get them out the way. So we got brought in a wee Lotus Esprit there, which has some knock-in, and it's a bit difficult to control. So again, it's all suspension. Let's see if there's any other cars we can take before I take that one. What's that needing? Doesn't start. When it used to run, it made strange noises. Every morning I'd wake up my entire neighbourhood. Please make it start. Well, that's one of the story ones, so maybe we should do that. X3, running gear faults, suspension, brakes. A nice easy brake job for a change. We'll take on the. I can't. Right, so I've got to put the car on the bloody. Fair enough. Again, I was getting a bit bored of doing. I could put it on the test track, I suppose. But there we go. There's our Lotus Esprit, and we'll just pick up the story job for afterwards. Here it is. Wee shitbox there. I mean, they're in a nice wee car there. So we need to work out what. So the storyline ones, you have to actually diagnose what the problem is and work out which parts need changed. He wants the oil changed, fair enough. He's got starting issues. So probably. I mean, you can usually tell because of the condition of it on the outside. Could be something straightforward. I take the head cover off. Could be spark plugs, could be the battery, could be the starter. Camshaft looks okay. I mean, exhaust doesn't matter. Fuel filter's not great, but I'll go and do that other one in a minute. I just want to say, no, I need to actually take that off. Or run a test on it. Either way, we need to take it off. Okay, so it's not anything in there. Where's the battery? Is it okay? Oh wait, you won't be able to test the battery, would be my guess. Is the battery okay? That's at 7%, so the battery's buggered. So that's an immediate thing that needs changed. Do you know what, we'll look at that one after we've dealt with this other one. Although, again, it's a lot of suspension parts, isn't it? But at least it tells me exactly which parts I need. Lift them up, please. Oh yeah, the engine, it's a mid-engined car, isn't it? So all you have is the ABS module and the brake pump in there. Let's raise it all the way up. Fuel tank's there. Your engine, that's rear engine, but yeah. We don't need to worry about any engine parts, at least as far as I'm aware. So what we'll do is we'll use that little thing where we could mark all the parts that needed to be taken off. Actually not that many, so it's a lot easier. Track the parts. Do you know what I will do? I'll go to that and just see how many of those parts are the same. So let's write them down anyway. Sway, front, and link. Outer tie rod. We've got a double wishbone shock absorber. I wonder how expensive parts are going to be for this car. Front spring. Front shock cap. But we'll have to take the whole shock absorber apart. Oh, it depends how the springs are mounted, I suppose. What else do we need? We need 2 inner tie rods. 2 of those. We need... Oh, actually we need 2 outer tie rods. Okay. And... a sway bar front. Wait. And a... Wait. Is it 2 front end link Bs we need? Yeah, okay. Times 2. Well, that's relatively easy. I might buy the parts now. Just to save some time. Go buy the parts. Get out of my way. Of all the bits that I have to buy, I don't know what's going to be the most expensive. Right, so I need sway. I just search for sway. Front end link B. I need 2 of them. Done. I need 2 outer tie rods. and 2 inner tie rods. They're not expensive, so they're fine. That's 2 outer tie, 2 inner tie. Wishbone, double wishbone shock might be more. If I just do double wishbone shock absorber. Was it just that, or was it a rear one? I wish I'd written that down. That would have made more sense, wouldn't it? Just a double wishbone shock absorber, not rear. Okay, good. Good. Saves a bit of bother. It's not too expensive either. Not really. It won't be that expensive a car actually. To fix. To buy, well, that's an entirely different story, but you know. It was a front spring, wasn't it? Yeah. And I also need if I just put cap, it's going to give me like fuel caps and all sorts of stuff, I think. What was it? It was a front shock cap I needed. One of them. Right, I think I've got all the bits I need. So now, let's hop under the car and get going. Hang on, wait. Still got those tracked. Okay, that's good. There we go. So it shows me all the bits that I need to replace there. The ones that are outlined in blue. I think I'll have to take the whole wheel off to get any of this done though. Yeah. Just some standard tyres on there. On your wee Lotus Esprit, just some standard ass tyres. Fair enough. I don't know if we need to actually... We might have to pull the spring apart for the shock absorber, so that might be a problem. But just pop off all these bits, no problem at all. I don't know if I need to take off everything here, but it doesn't hurt. Yeah, it's the bearing I wanted out, thank you. Bloody pain in the ass, you know, some of these parts to get out when it's a tiny little thing and you're trying to... Okay, I don't need to take that bit out, but it might be easier if I just do, to be honest. Right, at least we didn't need to replace any bushings, that would be a pain in the ass. Okay, I can't do anything until taking off that upper suspension arm, although that doesn't need to come off. I'll need it off anyway for the shock absorber. Still can't take that off because I need to take the bottom suspension arm off. To do that, we need to take out that double wishbone shock absorber. It looks like the one we need to replace, to be honest. And that's your sway bar that needs to go. So everything that's on that side that needed to go has gone. Just jump across there, get started on the other one. At least it's got a nice rim on it. Yeah, so wheel hub cap can come out right now. Caliper can come off. Some of the parts it's easy to just lift off nicely, you know. Ventilated brake disc can come. The bearing needs to come out first. Just take that off as well. Right, what have we got here? Another end link needs to come off. And those tie rods need to come out, look. Because they're absolutely destroyed. Now we've also got this. Wait, is that already off? Yes, it is. Right, so I've got all the parts off that needed to come off at the front. It doesn't look like anything has to come off at the back. Let's see. No, I thought there was something at the back. No? Did I not have to buy rear parts? Was it all just front parts? Oh, go away. Front. Yeah, it was all front, okay. It's all front parts that were a problem. I think with the front suspension issues on... Is that a rear wheel drive car? I can never remember. Probably isn't a great combination, to be honest. Probably not. Oh, sorry, that was a bit loud. Bit louder than I intended. So okay, so we can replace all these. We can start replacing all these parts now. Then there we go. Right, so let's get started. Inner tie rod. Bang. Outer tie rod. There we go. That's that part done. We can get that sway bar link there. Were these the only parts that came off on this side? I think they were, weren't they? So let's just put this side back together. Just save me doing it later. May as well just put that back together, a lot easier. Need the bearing back in. And the hubcap should go in as well. Brake disc back. To be honest, I mean, these brake discs could probably have been replaced, but he's not asking me to replace them, and I don't want to spend extra money. Do you know, there was a time I tried playing this game a long time ago, and I thought I would take one of the cars and just tear it down completely to see how easy it would be to put it back together. When you're not used to the game, it's very difficult. Right, so that side's okay. The other side needs some work. Now, I think I need to, first of all, I think I need to sort the shock absorber first. Where's the spring puller? There we go. Yeah, I need that. Yes, please. Just pop that off, would you? Wait, is that the one? Have I just taken the one apart that... Alright, now I need to put some parts back together. That one. Oh yeah, no, that's alright. And the shock absorber cap. Yes. Give me that one. So we just need to pull the springs and then mount some new springs on the puller. And I'll have that. Thank you very much. So that just needs popped on the front there and we'll be golden, I think. Okay. Start getting it back together with its new shock absorber. There we go, that's that part done. Now we just pop this on. Nice and easy. Time consuming maybe, but nice and easy nonetheless. Inner tie rod's on. Outer tie rod's done. It's all back together, isn't it? Oh, we need to put that back on because I needed to take that off so that I could, yeah. Yeah, just install that, please. Now, unless it's adding new parts on after we start putting it back together, you know. I've got about half an hour left, so it's nice to see you. Whether it wasn't on the at the beginning or not, it's still nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. It's going alright though. How have you been? I kind of adjusted some of my stuff here, my mic and things, to try and solve some little sound issues that I'd had. I don't know if I fixed them. It just seemed like my mic was distorting a bit much at times, but I think it's okay now. One left. What have you got left? Have we done it? Have we fixed it? Is that it done? Yes and yes. Fantastic. Not a lot of money, but at least we got it done. Now this car, we need to work out what's wrong with it. So we'll stick it on the lifter. We'll have to have a look around. Let's pull in a new one as well so we're ready for something else afterwards. That's about to disappear. What's that thing? Tiny wee thing. Running gear fault. I can't be bothered with that just now. Knock in from the engine bay. Yeah, let's do that. 16 pages? Bloody hell. What subject is it? That one, I'm assuming that one will be easy enough. Crankshaft, cap, should be easy enough. This one though, we need to hunt what's wrong with it. Well, we already found one issue with it, which was that the battery was needing replaced. So I'll just track that. But we need to find the other bits. What did you say? It's not starting. I didn't put the cap back on this thing either. Said I had starting problems. That down there does not look good. Oof. I'll tell you, I'm glad I don't have to do that kind of stuff. Although I do have to work from home, so I suppose it's kind of the same thing. Oh Jesus, look at the state of that. That exhaust needs replaced, surely. Can I get the bloody exhaust off? Yeah, that part's buggered. So the whole exhaust system needs replaced. Oh. Yeah. Can definitely be frustrating. If the whole exhaust's done, that makes me think. Get me up towards the gearbox where I can see the other stuff. That front exhaust looks okay though. Basically, I mean, the way to work out which parts are broken is look at the parts that are extremely rusty. Absolutely coated in rust. Can that come out? Can I take that? I need to go from underneath. Yeah, wait, I am underneath. Oh wait, no, I'm at the front. Right, so we know the exhaust needs replaced. Getting that engine bay from underneath. Don't know if I need the oil pan pulled out, but we'll never know until we try. Right, what is this bit? Is that fuel filter needing out? I'm in the bloody... Oh, I need to access it from above, sorry. Oh no, did I check the fuel filter? I think I did. Right, well, those bits definitely need replaced. So let's track those two. Oh, I don't know what else could be. So the exhaust was wrong. The manifold, maybe. Which is over here. Take the whole exhaust apart in case that's the issue, but I don't think it is. But maybe we can take out that ignition system as well and see if that's got any problems. The ignition's okay. The ignition coil though, that doesn't look great. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah. I don't mind numbers, but yeah, no, I can understand that they can be, oh yeah, that fuel filter needs to go. But I know how bad they can be. Right, let's have a look at this. So we've now found the ignition coil. And the fuel filter needed replaced. What else could be wrong? The head there looks okay. I need to go under the car to take the front exhaust off, but to be honest, that doesn't look that bad. Could there be anything else in here? I'd rather not take apart the entire engine. Right, why does the intake manifold not come off? Because I need to take off the throttle. Is the throttle okay? Yeah, the throttle's okay. I also need to take off the fuel rail. Fuel rail looks fine, surely. Yeah. It's annoying though, you have to, with this game here, you have to take everything apart. I suppose that's the same as, you know, if you want to properly repair your car. I'm going to have a look under here just to see. Camshaft needs to come out, but the camshaft caps need to come off to find out. That's going to be annoying. And there's probably nothing wrong under here. I'm going to take all the cams off and there's going to be nothing. To deal with in the cam area. Unexpected cam in the camming area. Right. I don't think that I want to also just take off the bloody... Also take off all that timing stuff in order to get through to that. God. I need to take these belts off. Did I take the belt off? So, Oh, is that alternator okay? I don't want to take the entire engine apart, but I'm going to take that alternator off because it doesn't look perfect. No, it's not got any problems. I'll tell you, this takes forever. That belt's fine. I'm going to have to take off all these pulleys. That one's fine. The water pump, fine. We need to take the timing cover off anyway, so I will need to come right out through this. I mean, he says it's not starting. Take that tensioner off. 64%, it's good enough. You take this timing belt off. Timing belt's okay. I don't want to have to go right down to the fucking crankshaft. Oh, I need to take the head off just to see what's under there, but I doubt. Oh, yeah, there's some plugs. Let's see if the plugs are okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. I probably could have got to those after I took the ignition off, to be fair. Yeah, that plug needs replaced. If it's going to be spark plugs, I'm going to be quite annoyed. But there we go. What's left? Is there any other bits I've missed? Of course not, it was just those bits and the spark. Oh no, there's one more piece that I've missed. I mean, that's fine, we need 4 spark plugs, okay. Now let's take the head off just in case. I'm going to say I don't think it's the head. I don't think it's the engine block. I think the engine block's fine. I'm not taking... The power steering pump isn't going to cause this problem. And at this stage I'd need to go underneath and take the bloody drive shaft out. Crankshaft, should I say. And it doesn't look like it's in bad condition, to be honest. Radiator looks okay. I don't want to take the entire engine block off. Could it be the brake servo should be okay, surely. Yeah. I just take all the top stuff off. It might be easier if I just take everything on top off, and we'll see what. Take out the clips. Could be just a clip for the bloody air filter. Could be something stupid like that, you know? Like the guy's gone, oh, I need to take the very specific clip off. Take the cover off. What's the air filter look like? The air filter looks fine, to be fair. The air filter's fine. Pop it back in. No point messing around, just put the air filter back in if it's fine. And the cover's okay. Clip that back on. No point, you know, that bit's fine, so I'll leave the air filter alone. I don't understand, there was a guy earlier, and there was a car earlier where the guy said it smelled like mushrooms. The only thing that was wrong with it was the suspension. I'm not entirely sure. Would the suspension smell like mushrooms? That doesn't sound likely. Maybe he was on the mushrooms. Oh, wait. Okay. I doubt it's the engine block. Is the gearbox okay? I can't. It's a bit awkward sometimes getting in the right position. What's that? What have we got here? Idiot. Right, could the... I need to go under the car to get that off. The engine block there. The starter, he says it's having trouble starting. Starter's fine. I'm not taking the bloody drive shaft and the gearbox out. If I don't have to. I can't really see what else. What does he say? Oh, and he wants me to change the oil. I mean, that's fine. I can do that, no problem. Doesn't start. When it used to run, it made strange noises. Every morning I'd wake up my entire neighbourhood. Please make it start and see if you can do something so it's not so loud. A quieter exhaust, I guess. Or maybe just an exhaust that isn't falling apart like that one was. So we took the manifold off. The manifold was fine. The exhaust itself needed replaced, both parts. I mean, I don't want to take the engine block apart, but there's a part of me that thinks I might have to. Well, we'll give it a shot. I should probably drain the oil before I do that, though. get that oil drained. I don't know if I'll finish this car tonight. Push that over to the car, please. And then just drain the oil. Thank you. If only it was this easy, yeah? And just pop that back where it was. So to get into that, we're going to have to take... I don't think I have to take off the bloody suspension parts, but let's take the oil pan out. I don't think... Right, is there anything in there that looks broken? The crankshaft's fine. I doubt it's the bloody pistons. If I take the rod caps off, we'll know if the pistons are problematic. I have to go up the top again to take them off. Oh wait, the only way I can get to the whole engine block off is by taking out this. I don't want to take the crankshaft off, bloody hell. We're having to take apart the entire car just to find out what's going on. I doubt there's anything inside here though. I mean, I've looked at all the starting parts. The battery needed replaced, but the ignition was okay. Right, can I take the... I can't take the crankshaft out until I've taken them out, so I need to bring the car back down. Oh, I was going to check the filter as well. Well, was that it, wasn't I? The oil filter. If it's the oil filter, that'll make things a lot easier. Nope, it's not. It's not the oil filter. Really broken this down to almost nothing. Can I take these out? See if the pistons are okay. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. Pistons are all fine. I don't think I need to take out the engine block at this stage, to be honest. Unless I need to do that so I can get to the gearbox. It's not going to be the gearbox. So stupid. It's not going to be the gearbox. But I mean, won't start, noisy. Wait a sec. Exhaust's off. Check the ignition. Did I? I didn't need to take that off at all. Didn't need the radiator to come off. Can I put some bits back on just to, because I don't think they needed to come off. No, I needed to replace the fuel filter. Right, hold on. Can I put these? Please let me put the pistons back in. Sorry, just a wee drop. My connection dropped for some reason and then came straight back up, so it might be time to stop soon. Which it was going to be anyway, to be fair, because I think we've gone to the normal sort of time. I'll just put some of this back together that I shouldn't have taken apart. Right, didn't need to take any of that apart at all. Okay, There's other bits I can put back in as well, but I'm gonna... Now what else could be the problem? Pop it back up, see if there's anything underneath that stands out that I missed. Take a wee glance first to see if there's anything there that looks funny. I mean, it could be something... No, it didn't say we had any problems driving it, just it's noisy. Suspension, yeah, it's a bit rusty, but it'll be fine. There's where the exhaust would come out. So we've taken out the entire exhaust. The exhaust would go in there. To that, can I? Front exhaust section, I can take that off, let's just see. No, that's fine, it didn't need to come off at all. So only the kind of bottom ends of the exhaust needed to come out. Let's put that back in, just to save me messing around with it later. Apparently that doesn't need screwed in. Oh, it's because I haven't got the manifold on it. That's fine. Let's put the oil filter back, because that didn't need replaced. Let me just check. Yeah, one part that I can't find. There's going to be the little thing that's going to be a problem the entire time. What is it? Is it worth taking the gearbox apart? I have to take the whole bloody drive shaft out to do that, which means taking out the rear axle. Wait. Which means taking out the rear axle, which would mean taking out all the shock absorbers. There's actually not a lot to the back of this, to be fair. It would basically need me to take out everything. Oh, I don't think... It can't be the gearbox. It's not the gearbox. There's a fuel pump there, though. Bloody fuel pump! Bloody fuel pump, wasn't it? I didn't realise it was at the back. Right, I found all the bits, mate, so I'll get them all replaced for you now. Right, perfect. All of that, like, right, so most of this, pretty much all of this is going to be in the front, apart from the fuel pump. And then I can just put the engine back together. So let's see, what do we need? I'm going to write it down, because again, it's a lot easier to write it down than it is to keep going back and forward to the car, you know. So middle muffler, exhaust, rear muffler V8, overhead OHV, ignition coil, I4 SOHC. What else we got? 4 spark plugs, fuel filter, battery, and fuel pump. Pump and a battery, and remember that we need to put oil into it as well. Oh, did I put the oil cap back on? I can't believe it was something so bloody obvious the whole time. I just thought, I don't think I put the... No, I didn't. Let's get that back on. Oh wait, and I haven't... Stupid, I also haven't... put the rod caps back in. Let's get them back on now. It's just going to save me trouble when I have to put the oil in. Because, you know, if I put oil in now, it's just going to drip straight out the bottom. We can pop the rod. Oh, come on. I can't see where the other rod bits are. There's one, like, there, but... There, look. Oh, that's because my cursor's in completely the wrong place. That would explain it. And there's one other one. There it is. Stick these rod caps back on. Otherwise, the car just would not work. You know, the pistons would be useless. Right. Can I put back the parts that I didn't need to take off, maybe, just to... Oh yeah, I need to... Most of these I need to go up top for. I think. Let me just see. Anything? Yeah, so I need to go up above for most of that. Right, let's get these parts. And then we can talk about... So I'm going to try and finish this one, and then I think we'll finish at that stage. Right. Can I just sell the stuff that I'm replacing? Where did those... Oh. Oh, doesn't matter. I think I didn't sell the parts from the other car that we fixed before. So let's just get rid of all of these scrap parts. I've not reached the stage where I can repair them well enough yet. But maybe that'll be okay eventually. Right. Let's get searching for parts. Middle muffler and a rear, so middle muffler's that one. Let's stick one of them on. We've got a rear muffler V8OHV, yes. Anything else muffler related? No. Coil. I like that song, you know. I like the sound of that tune. It's an ignition coil. It was the i4 SOHC. It's that one there. Okay, that's your ignition coil. Spark plugs. Easy enough. Can find some spark plugs, no bother at all. Stick 4 of them on. Four spark plugs, we got them. Let's get a fuel filter. In fact, if I do just fuel, should be able to get a fuel filter and a fuel pump. It was just a regular fuel pump, wasn't it? And I just need a battery and then we're done. There we go. Right, let's go fit these parts. Most of which I think I can fit with the car down on the ground, so down you come. Let's get you sorted, get you on your way. Right, mounting parts. So all these other parts that I took off that I didn't need to, like the intake manifold, we'll get them back on as well. And that fuel rail back on. Drops in nicely. The throttle needs to go back on as well. Apparently they just slot in without any screws. That doesn't. There we go, that's your power steering pump back on. I need to stick the timing belt and stuff back. I wish it's not as easy as that. You do need to stretch a wee bit to get these belts back on usually. You want it to be on. You don't want it to be on too loose after all. There we go, that's that. Stick that idler back on. And there's also, I need to go down a bit, thank you. Stick the water pump back in while we're here. Make sure his car actually works after all this. Don't give it back to him completely failed. There's your starter. That was okay, so have your old one back. Right, oh, pop the brake servo back on. Didn't need to take that off at all. Here we go, we've got a fuel filter. There's your new one. Your battery. Here's your new one. We need to pop the ignition coil on. There you go, brand new ignition coil for your wee car. Stick the plugs in. This is a nice easy job actually, this in the end, you know. Turned out there wasn't actually that much needing done. Which is good. I need to do the back stuff as well, I need to remember. There we go. Pop the exhaust manifold. Oh wait, no. Put the ignition system back on first, I would have thought. I could probably have, well no, you know, changing your spark plugs is something easy, so I could have taken the ignition system off at any time. I just decided to take the manifold off because the exhaust was buggered. And it wasn't entirely necessary, so there you go. Have I done everything in the top? Just let me come out for a minute. Did I replace that? Yeah, I did, okay. Did I put the oil filter back? Yeah. Okay, so it looks like everything at the front's okay. Let's just double check. So it's just the muffler and the fuel pump, yeah, so we're okay. So I'll need the car to be lifted. Up you come. I think this song's probably been on more than once. I've just been circling around one little playlist on Pretzel. It's mostly Harris Heller stuff, so that's alright at least. Right, stick it on there. Give me mounting, please. Oh, excuse me. Sounds bad. No, not the fuel tank, the fuel pump, though. Pop that in, now we can get the, I need to come out of here for a sec. Right, exhaust. Here we go, right. Mount the parts. Well, surely that part needs to be mounted before the other one can be. That's 1, and 2. And we should be done. Get this car down. Make sure, I think it's fine. Drop the hood, the bonnet, and we are all good for a profit of not very much. Oh, I didn't put the, that's why, because I didn't put any new oil in it. Hang on. You'll pay me more if I make sure to put the oil in. I just forgot to take the oil fill plug off. It's easy, you just drop the oil in. When the container drops, just let go. Like so. Don't put too much in. And there we go. Now it should be a bit better price-wise. Now a whole $400 more to change the oil. Ridiculous. I'll take it. Car's incomplete. Oh, whoops. I forgot to put one of the serpentine belts back. I thought I'd... What did I do that for? Oh, I've just taken the actual hood off. Idiot. Yeah, all the... So I've put that together and I didn't bother to put any of the belts back. Hopefully. Yeah, I think the belts can go. Yeah, that one. And it didn't... That one's not on either. Oops. How am I going to get the front back on? I don't know how to get the front back on. Well, I do actually, it's just a case of going to the bodywork. Assemble mode. Stick that back on. Could have painted it. Do like a carbon fibre bonnet for him. I think that's... Yeah, we fixed it now. We put the serpentine belts back on and we were good. Right, so that's going to be the next thing we deal with. Not tonight, but next time I do this. I'm probably going to do this every now and again, just as a kind of a recurring sort of thing I might go back to. This one is relatively easy, it's just the crankshaft bearing cap, but we'll need to go right down into the crankshaft to get that sorted. That is the only do you know what? I'm just thinking, oh no, there's a lot of bits and pieces that we need to work through there. We'll do that next time we play this game, whenever that might be. Anyway, for now, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to head off. And I'll be back tomorrow. Sorry about that connection dropping out, but I think we're okay now. And hopefully we'll be fine tomorrow. I had a bit of a problem a couple of days ago actually with my stream. not wanting to connect initially. No, not seeing anything. Oops. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to head off now, and tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm going to play tomorrow, because what did I play? Do you know, I forgot what I played on PC. Oh, it was it was a short game and we finished it, and we did that fighting fantasy stuff as a kind of additional thing. Yeah, so I'll start something new tomorrow on PC. Hope you join me for that. Good night for now. Oh my god, I adjusted my camera and look at the state of that. Let me try and fix this quickly. I should fix my... that's fine. Oops. Except the frame's now absolutely gone. Put me right in the middle. There we go, that's better. Anyway, just a wee thing to fix.